Today we're going to be talking about handling nursing school fatigue. Does not matter how long your nursing program is, I guarantee at some point throughout the process you're going to feel fatigued. Let's talk a little bit about what fatigue is. So the definition of fatigue is weariness from mental or physical exertion. So basically, using your mind or your body to the point where you are just tired from it. Definitely happens in nursing school. So I'm just going to warn you, go ahead and get used to it. We just need to learn how to cope through it and how to deal with it, because anybody that has become a nurse has felt this way at some point in time. So we all know what you're going through. So let's get into the tips. So the first tip, you are going to hear me talk about this over and over and over and over. You have to schedule everything. Schedules are going to be so uber important to your success in nursing school, it's not even funny. So if you're not somebody that knows how to create a schedule and follow it, you really need to begin to work on it and hone those skills, because it's going to be super important. So that's the first tip, scheduling everything. The second thing kind of goes along with scheduling, but I called it planning out your study time. So within that schedule, you need to make sure that you have adequate time to study. And so you're not feeling like all you ever do is study the whole entire day, all night. You're in school, you just study, because that can definitely wear you out. So make sure you're planning your time, you're planning breaks. And I did, you need to go and check out my download on study tips, because I talked about that in those tips. Moving on, the next thing is going to be having regular breaks. Breaks meaning taking a deep breath, putting everything that has to do with nursing school away for a period of time and just letting it be, not worrying about it, not fussing with it, not stressing over it, literally taking a break from it. You have to have those regularly kind of inserted into your process, because if you don't, you're definitely going to begin to feel overwhelmed with the amount of things that you have to get done and learn. So, regular breaks that do not involve nursing. The last, one of the most important tips is self-care. Make self-care your best friend. Self-care looks different for every single one of us. Not everybody does the same thing to relax, to take care of themselves, to replenish themselves, to just get back to being Zen at peace person that I want you to be throughout this process. So self-care is going to be very, very, very important. Some examples are making sure that you're getting regular sleep. Simplest thing. Whoever said sleep when you dead and all that other stuff, that's just madness. It's craziness and it's ridiculous, because you need regular sleep in order to have the brain capacity and the brain function and the brain power that you need throughout this. So getting regular sleep, well-balanced diet, all goes along with it as well. Self-care is having a well-balanced diet. If all you're doing is grabbing something quick, fast food, that's gonna fast food kind of sticks to you and makes you feel tired. And I know that's what it did for me. So I would urge you not to just depend on that, and making sure you're getting all your nutrition from your fruits and vegetables, and also drinking enough water, fluids in general, but definitely water. So all of those are a part of self-care. Other things could be having an alone time, having me time, so to speak, where you just lay on the couch and watch a movie. That's self-care. Just some alone time to breathe, to not have to talk to anybody or do anything. That is self-care. Getting a massage is an example of self-care. Getting a mani or pedi or both is an example of self-care. Hanging out with friends is also an example of self-care. If you're someone that values friendship and friendship is very important to you, then you need to nurture that even while you're in school. So scheduling that as a part of your self-care. Maybe you can take them with you and you guys can go together and have a massage, or you can go together and get a facial or have your mani and pedi. But friends could be involved in your self-care, and maybe going to brunch, or if you live near any body of water, just going to the water and just sitting there and listening to the waves. Just taking a moment to listen and relax and release is definitely going to help you throughout this process. And really anything that you do that helps to calm you and helps to relax you and helps you to feel better about yourself in the process is considered self-care. So to recap really quick, the tips are: schedule everything, because schedules are going to be very important. Planning out your study time so that you're not studying 24/7. Taking regular breaks that do not involve nursing, and focusing on self-care. Those are the tips for handling nursing school fatigue. If you have any comments or questions, make sure you post them in the Facebook group, or you send an email directly to me if you want it to be private, and I'll be sure to get back to you on that. Otherwise, I will see you in the next session.